If you guys want to survive more of these battles, you need to realize that your opponent will never drive perfectly, so you can't expect them to. Like, racing inside of itself is an imperfect thing, right? None of the cars do anything perfectly when you're battling them, especially because if they did, everybody would just be doing the pole lap over and over and over and over and over again. Cars rarely break straight. Cars do different things every lap. Drivers do different things every lap by millimeters and by small little degrees and other things. And so you need to provide yourself with margin and have the ability to properly anticipate ahead of time where cars are going to go so that you don't put yourself at undue risk. I did a video just yesterday where I was talking about how, you shouldn't cut off cars going into a turn. And a lot of people were like, oh, well, you didn't brake absolutely straight. And I'm like, bro, tracks aren't even absolutely straight, right? Like, they have camber and they have bumps and they have variation. And like, depending on whether I was off one tire off a corner before or slightly on an angle or on a slightly different line or blah, 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 blah. Like, everyone's going to be driving slightly all over the place. And so you have to be able to know what passing opportunities are high probability and try not to just overcompensate and take silly risk. They're going to put your car at risk, because that's what a lot of people do, is that they try to drive to the pixel, or they try to drive to like this entitled perfection of like, well, you should have just driven perfectly. But you're not even driving perfectly unless you're in P1 like 35 seconds up the road. You're not even driving perfectly. So why would you expect your opponents to drive perfectly? You have to, and a lot of this comes with experience, right? Like, with experience, you see a lot of patterns over and over again. And so then you start to be able to anticipate, like, oh, I need to be alongside a car before turn in. Oh, I need to give margin so we both go together. Oh, I don't want to take risk so that cars don't run into me if they brake later or get tapped by two cars or other unexpected things. And your probability of surviving battles goes way up, and your likelihood of being in incidents decreases by a lot, because you start to realize like some things are going to be imperfect and so therefore aren't worth it, especially like with poor timing. A lot of people just struggle with timing. Their timing is too late, so they start getting desperate, right? They wedge cars into spaces where they shouldn't go. They try to force people to back out of things rather than working together with the guy that they're working with. And that's where a lot of those crashes come in. And a lot of times it's not even so much ego as it is just inaccuracy, right? A car's a slightly couple degrees off, or is a couple miles an hour slower than you thought, or whatever else, and then you end up in these tangled situations.